We're back with our series here on The Lead that we call Homeless in America, where we examine issues affecting some of the most vulnerable people across the United States, a community whose numbers are only growing to record highs. Today we're taking a look at the impact of a Denver, Colorado program that gave homeless people free money, $12,000 a year, to use as they saw fit, to see what the result would be. And as CNN's Mina Durson reports, the money, of course, changed people's lives, and it did so for the better, but this program may go away.
So this is like where we had our tent. So there's a tent here and a tent right here.
How long were you living out here?
Close to 5 months. It was hard. It was really hard.
The last time Jolene Giacchetta was in this field, she was pregnant and homeless.
Does any part of you think about a time when you would have to be back here again?
I worry about that a lot, you know. I don't want to lose what I have. I don't ever want to come back here. I really don't. But it does weigh heavy, in the back of my mind.
For years, she and her family couldn't afford stable housing. Until in 2022, she was given $12,000, no strings attached.
Do you remember what it was like when you got your first payment?
It was so exciting and a relief. It's really nice to watch your children be able to grow. This is his home. You want some cheese? Okay.
The money came from the Denver Basic Income Project, a program led by entrepreneur Mark Donovan.
Green, it's Mark.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. How you doing?
To study the impact of giving cash to people experiencing homelessness.
We're seeing people accelerating into housing, into employment, feeling financially stable, having improved family relationships. We have an affordable housing crisis, and this is a really quick, efficient, and powerful way to provide relief.
Roughly 800 participants were divided into 3 groups. For 12 months, one group was given $1,000 a month. The second, which Giacchetta was part of, got a lump sum of $6,500, followed by $500 a month. And the third group got just $50 a month. After a year, almost half the participants across all groups had found housing and reported a host of positive ripple effects. And researchers found the project likely saved the city over $500,000 by reducing costs like ambulance rides, ER visits, jail time, and shelter stays.
Did it change how you felt about yourselves?
Sure. More confident, murder. It just feels good to have money in your pocket and be able to pay for your stuff. Have a sense of normality in your life. And everybody should be able to feel that way.
Justin Searles and Dia Brancuccia say they bounced from shelters to friends' couches before finding the project. The money helped them find housing, clothing, food, a car, and work.
You're like, yeah, this is great. I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and anyone would deal with it. Oh my gosh, breast cancer. You think you're gonna die right away.
Being on the streets, and you're shooing to survive that.
That's a place we would never wanna go back to, is being homeless.
Funding for the project is slated to run out this fall, though Donovan and his team are confident they'll secure enough from donors and the city to keep it going.
And we need approximately $8 million to run a third year, and we're going to be asking City Council.
But a backlash is brewing over basic income. Though 150 programs have launched in the U.S. since 2017, showing consistently positive outcomes, lawmakers in 10 states have banned or tried to ban the idea. The push is backed by a conservative think tank tied to Project 2025, which claims the programs discourage work and will trap people in dependency. One criticism that's been levied is that if you give people free money, they won't have the incentive to work.
We've seen it reduce the barriers to getting to employment, whether that means fixing a car or having childcare or being able to not have to take the first job that presents and be able to get a better job that creates a better, more stable long-term situation. We think of guaranteed income as a preventative medicine for the economy. And you know that when you deal with something up front, it costs a tiny fraction of the downstream costs of not doing that.
What happens to you guys if the program ends?
Yeah, there is a little bit of concern because it's like an abrupt end. I don't want to use that as a crutch or anything. I want to be able to take care of my own finances and not need this support.
Has having this money changed how you feel about the future?
It's provided a future for me and for my family.
Mina Durson, CNN, Denver, Colorado.